is it's unlike any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Cincinnati Bengals. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And now running right through it. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now before this first down. We're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Adam Gotsis in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And taken right on the 30. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Now back to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The reception good for 7. It's third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll set up to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Carl Lawson in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Ross on the return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
They'll run here with Mixon. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on third and 12.
No surprise at all.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And they'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now a play fake here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Second down now after the incompletion. They're going to look to throw. Big hold to the 30. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down.
Calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Horton. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. look to throw here. Going to throw right side here. Complete. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. It's a foot race. 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six from Bengals TD.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And Denver getting set to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try to move the football.
Now a carry. It's C.J. Anderson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a second down and 8 to start things out. They run it again with Anderson. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Third down, he'll drop to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. So this offensive unit, they've now had 3 drives, and they only have 3 points to show for it.
Payoff is the key for everything. How many offenses we talk to that say we have to finish drives? Thus far, this team hasn't finished it quite the way they wanted to.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation. Back to throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Jake Butt, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are in for 6. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You've got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Joe Mixon there out of the backfield. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. 23 yards on the play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll run it now out of the gun. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Again, it's Mixon. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
To throw is Tannehill. And he's got his big tight end, Eifert, and it's a Bengal touchdown. Tyler Eifert, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are in for 6. And that makes it 14-10. Bullock out now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Back to throw here. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And this one will be brought back to the 22. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he whips that one incomplete there. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Caught Eifert over the middle, and he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Eifert with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Bullock out now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. So the Broncos coming out now. And last time, 1 play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And to give this time to the tailback. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground, but they'll be faced with 3rd and long. Looking to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Now here's Ross. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill caught right side, Tate. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field.
Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. He'll drop to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Here we go now.
He'll look to throw. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, he finds Henderson, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Horton. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. 3 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Henderson. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And that's a big collision. He's knocked backward as they will mark him down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Now Mixon. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Tannehill on first down. And that'll be incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Tannehill now to throw, and he finds Tyler Kroft. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Second down now after the pass completion. Now they run with Mixon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And the Bengals on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, here's Tannehill. To Mixon on the check down. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there, almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
Now it's Tannehill. That is caught inside the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way gun. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to do.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Buckeyes will take a 10-point lead. Bullock out now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Pushes past him. And Denver getting set to take the field. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
They go play action here on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Henderson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Final minute now of the third quarter.
Here we go now.
They'll look to throw here. Throw left side complete. It's Kane. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Here we go now.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On 2nd down, Anderson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
The Broncos on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Fresh set of downs here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now back to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Carlos Dunlap. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. And this one is right down Broadway. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3 and out.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And out now, here come the Bengals. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Takes us up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Second down following the run. Nixon. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Now the Bengals on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Tannehill. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. They'll set up to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Broncos on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd down and 12. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's to his running back, complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Toss play. This is Anderson. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
Looking to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll run it. Here's Anderson. And some room to roam now. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Back to throw here. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
10th carry now for Anderson. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Carl Lawson in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I guess they're thinking their hands were tied, but in the 4th quarter, that field goal, it really might not help them much at all.
Yeah, I mean, you still need a touchdown. Another field goal does you no good, so it'll be interesting to see what the media reaction is if the score stays where it is.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Bengals getting set to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Back to throw, Tannehill. And he slings one that's incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And Tate's got it. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Now a handoff here to his running back. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Here we go with 2nd and 7. And again this time to the tailback. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Now the Bengals on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now it's Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos are going to get it at the 20. And Denver getting set to take the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
Screen play, Anderson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Back to throw. The 20. Finds Jake Butt over the middle. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the offense lining up 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. huge play at this point in the game. Geno Atkins in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. They'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
He's back to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth. And a great game comes down to this. Time for one play, and they've got to get it in the end zone.
And I want every cover guy I've got in the game on defense, every extra defensive back who can make a play on the football. So whether it's nickel, dime, quarter, whatever you want to call it, I want 5, 6, 7 guys back there.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on fourth down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not in a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Bengals, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4-7. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for Denver, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Bengals.